Well, good Friday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Hope everybody is doing great today. Today is a big day in Dallas Cowboy land because today the rookies get involved in their first work with the Dallas Cowboys. That's right. They will be on the field today. Oh my God. We've already got John Ridgway under contract. His deal, $4.1 million over 3 years. Fantastic. Expect all the rest of the rookies to be signed shortly as they go through this weekend. They'll be practicing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll get our first look at those guys. So I can't wait to get some word and things out there. Of course, the NFL, like any good drug dealer, gets you hooked and strings you on out.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. The fact that the NFL is only 18 weeks of regular season, by far the shortest season of all Major League sports. The fact that we are talking about it constantly all year long. There really isn't any off season. I mean, between the Super Bowl ending in February and then come free agency in March, it's really about a month. But even in that month, there's coaches being fired. There's, players that are being cut, new contracts. It is literally a year-round thing. The fact that you see me every single day goes to show this. For the NFL to be able to not only string out releasing the schedule over the course of a week, but then to turn around and have a 3-hour show, and we are there on pins and needles watching, is a testament to how strong the NFL is. It was funny that a few years ago, people were saying that the NFL is dying. Yeah, okay, that salary cap still keeps going up. The revenues still keep going up. The Denver Broncos are on for sale for $5 million. Excuse me, $1 billion. $5 billion, not million, billion. Okay, so the schedule release. We have a front-loaded schedule to the most part if we go by what happened last year. At least we start off at home. Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, then we go on the road to New York, and then we play the Washington Commanders, okay? And so on. Micah Parsons, who is living his best life. I hope that we don't have a Chase Young situation in the second year. The rookie slump. Micah Parsons, who is seen everywhere. He is at hockey matches, basketball matches. He has become the face of the Dallas Cowboys. He is the lion. He is the leader. He's the X-Man of this team. And you can see that he is one that holds no punches. He's not going to bullshit you. He's going to tell it like it is. He gives no F's about what he thinks. He's not worried about what he says. He's writing checks that he plans on cashing. So last night, after the release, this was Micah Parsons.
What was the first thing that jumped out?
Man, seeing Tampa Bay and Cincinnati back to back, that was kind of like the first thing I saw. Obviously two Bengals in it last year, Super Bowl contender. Obviously, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are always Super Bowl contenders. So it's a testament to see where our team's at and where we stand at, And I think that's kind of a great start to those two Super Bowl teams. Super Bowl type teams will be big W's for the Cowboys. So I'm looking forward to it.
What was the first thing that jumped out?
Listen to it again. Big W's for the Cowboys.
And seeing Tampa Bay and Cincinnati back to back, that was kind of like the first thing I saw. Obviously two Bengals in it last year, Super Bowl contender. Obviously, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are always Super Bowl contenders. So, kind of, it's a testament to see where our team's at and where we stand at, you know. And I think that's kind of a great start to those two Super Bowl teams. Super Bowl type teams would be big W's for the Cowboys. So I'm looking forward to it.
So was that a guarantee? He said that'll be big W's. Is that a guarantee that we win those first two games? I'm asking you. That'll be big W's for the Cowboys. That'll be big W's for the Cowboys. Or is he saying if we win, they would be big wins for the Cowboys? I'm confused. I'm confused on that. If he was saying we're getting wins. Now, we also had D-Law. And D-Law basically put out there revenge when he saw Tampa Bay. Revenge. So, something to kind of think about, because we keep hearing about, oh, man, the Cowboys, they lost Randy Gregory. Andy Gregory's lost. Oh, my God. You know, what are they going to do? I think back to when we drafted Taco. When we drafted Taco, and I know that's a sore subject for a lot of people, we looked at the defensive line and we said, man, we don't have a pass rush. Who's going to rush the passer? Because you have to understand, at that time, we didn't know what we really had with DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence, who, you know, had done some good things, the year before had 1 sack and back surgery. And you were looking at this as, man, you know, is this guy going to come back? And the Cowboys were desperate, and because edge rushers were rushing off the board, they ended up saying, well, we got to get one. And they got Taco, who had the length that they liked, as opposed to T.J. Watt. Okay, okay. A lot of teams passed on T.J. Watt, so don't just kill the Cowboys. But we looked at that season and we said, man, the Cowboys, they got nobody to rush the quarterback. And here it was. D-Law came out, got 14 sacks. Last year, we talked about the Dallas Cowboys defense being poor. Oh, my God. They got nobody. And all of a sudden, we find Micah Parsons, who ends up with 13 sacks. What you don't know is you don't know. For all we know, D. Williams could be that next guy that really steps up, because, see, D is in a great position right now. D. Williams doesn't have to be the guy on that defense. D. Williams, because there are so many different focal points on that defense, you always have to be worried about DeMarcus Lawrence. Always. He usually commands double teams. When the Cowboys throw out their Carlos Watkins or Neville Gallimore, you got to be cognizant of those guys, because those guys can get upfield. If you can put in John Ridgeway, who can just toe the line, or even Quentin Bohannon, who hopefully takes a step his second year, you have to worry about, can somebody blow it up in the middle? And then you can put another guy on the outside, and you still have a Micah Parsons. You're going to end up having your hands full with all of these different pieces here that you may forget about Sam Williams out there, or Dante Fowler, or Dorrance Armstrong, that in that rotation of guys, he'll be able to get his feet wet and not be, you know, like a deer caught in the headlights. Now, let's be clear here. Our schedule, the first half, is going to be tough. You got 4 former playoff teams in the first 6 weeks. Michael Gallup probably won't be ready during that time. Again, Tampa Bay, at least at home. Team that in the Super Bowl champions 2 years ago. Team with the GOAT. A year older. That's an aging roster. And Tom Brady at some point has to hit a wall. You have the Bengals. Super Bowl hangover? Maybe. Then we got the Giants starting all over. Commanders, Carson Wentz. Then we got to go to Los Angeles for the Rams. At least in L.A., you got a lot of Cowboy fans. Super Bowl hangover? Maybe. And then we have the Eagles. On the road. That's the tough stretch for me looking at the schedule. After that, if we can get through that section, 500. Let's just say 500. Again, Michael Gallup's not going to probably be there. And then you got the new guys that have to fit in, so on. Then you kind of get a break. You got the Lions and the Bears. Then you got to play the Packers in Lambeau Field and the Vikings. Those two games, Packers would definitely be, Aaron Rodgers is always tough. Minnesota, you got a good chance there. Then you got the Giants, not bad. You got the Colts at home, Matty Ice. You got the Texans and the Jaguars. You should be able to win those guys. Then we have the Eagles, Christmas Eve at home, on the road for the Titans. And the game that bothers me is the Commanders, the last game of the season. Are we going to be playing for anything? Will one of our teams be packed in? But looking at that schedule, I think the Cowboys can go 11-6. The worst part is in the beginning of the schedule, and that's not a bad schedule at all. I don't know if that's really the second easiest schedule in the NFL. I mean, that's what they say, but that's all based on what teams did last year. Cincinnati, of course, last year, going into the season, people looked at that and said, oh, that's a give-me game. And here it is, they end up in the Super Bowl. So you don't know what you don't know. People looked at the Washington football team and said, hey, Washington, they were great the year before. They should be a tough, and they end up with the same record, basically. So you don't know what you don't know. But at least we have the rookies in the fold. We have the schedule out. We see who we've got to face. The Cowboys will start preparing for Tampa Bay, and start game planning and thinking about that right now, and that will be in the back of their mind for a while here. We'll start getting a chance to look at our new parts and things and starting to get this whole thing together. I don't know about you, but it's time to start getting excited about them boys. And with that being said, I am going to go up here and I'm going to go ahead and get to work because I got work to do in the workshop. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching the Joe Boo Sports Report. And make sure you tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for our live stream.